Whoa, what an intro. I made up a new one. Made up a new one just for tonight. It's JD here, 701 Nation. Football games on, I guess. Steelers, Ravens. If you're curious, Ravens are winning 21-0. Just check the score. Haven't watched anything. On football-wise, I guess if you'd rather watch football than talk about guns and hunting, you probably, good chance you voted for Kamala Harris instead of Donald J. Trump. Yeah, that's right. Hey, man, but Steelers are my team. Well, if you like the Steelers or the Ravens, I'll give you a break. But in my experience, the Steelers and the Ravens are two of the most boring-ass teams you can ever watch in football. Hey, Josh, what's up, buddy? I'll tell you right now, I just basically came on. I wanted to talk about the Brain Bucket Challenge. We had to reschedule it. And we'll probably talk about some other stuff. I got an article here. Cowboy State Daily about this hunting ethics things coming up again. And then I got another article if people hang around and watch. Hey, Brian Warner, good evening, fellow MVE. I think Brian's maybe on driving, so if he's watching, I appreciate that, buddy. But language warning. I told Clay not to put this on a podcast, but I don't know. I feel like maybe I might slip a couple F-bombs in tonight. I don't know why. Just feel like doing it. Josh says, only football I watch is my boy play. Got you there, Josh. 100% agree with you there. If you like I said, if you like the Ravens and the Steelers and you're watching, I get it. But, who wouldn't rather talk about freaking good, especially if you consider yourself a hunter or a gun guy. If you guys catch a new intro there, I just kind of threw that in there. See what you think of that. You know what I'm going to do right now, guys and gals? I'm going to see if we're actually live here on, what do you guys, okay, Eric. Hey, evening, Eric. What's up, buddy? Eric's fishing somewhere, aren't you, Eric? Where are you fishing at? Can't remember. He said he was fishing on a creek somewhere in front of his folks' place. What I'm going to do quick here, guys, I'm going to share this this live stream with my Snapchat crew here. But Josh says, I'm a Raiders fan, although I don't follow it. Hey, Raiders got some guys I like too. I like football. I'm just, giving some people a little shit here who are watching, like I said, two of the most boring teams I have ever watched. Like, what? Yeah, I think the Steelers and the Ravens are some boring-ass teams to watch. This would be a lot more interesting. Brian says, F-bomb is just an exclamation mark. Right on, brother. Right on. So, hey, I appreciate everybody who is watching. Maybe if you're catching the football score on the side, like I said, I checked the score before I came on. Ravens are up 21-0. Who gives a shit? I don't. My team's out. Yeah, they didn't even have a chance of getting in, really. But Gene Cox is live from Bismarck. It's Saturday night. That's right. Hey, I need more freaking Coors Light Bell. That didn't work as good as Will Ferrell's there. Flat Creek Lake, Eric says. My mom says, face blue, smiling. My mom's tuning. Paul Odegaard. Thanks, Mom. I know my mom's not watching football for sure, and I appreciate that. Yeah. So, anyways, we had the Brain Bucket Challenge. We had it scheduled for today. Wind and snow. I actually talked to Axe about 11:30. What the weather was like, and he said, yeah, I would have sucked. The wind was about 20 miles an hour out there, getting colder, snow blowing around. So you know what? I'm kind of glad to reschedule it here. Dead Wolf Resistance 13 says, I don't do ball games, only blade and bullet training. Love that. Hey, and I got to find the quote. I think one of that might have been not Thomas Jefferson, but one of the framers Constitution. It said, basically saying playing ball sports is a waste of time, and the shooting sports hones your mind, your eyesight, and your body all the same time, which I agree. And you don't sit there and beat the shit out of yourself doing it. So anyway, yeah, we rescheduled the Brain Bucket February 1st. It's a Saturday. We're gonna go with an 11:30 a.m. start time on this one out at Axis, giving some people there who's coming from a little farther away, give them a little more time to get here. And what I ask you guys this time, confirm that you're going to be there with us. I know a lot of people were coming and said, they were disappointed we weren't doing it. I didn't even know they were coming. So, if you can, I got a red spot on my beak. I don't know what that is. It isn't from too much Coors Light. Confirm that you're going to be participating in it. If you don't know what the Muley Brain Bucket Challenge is, we got a silhouette of a mule deer. Axe has got a couple of them cut out, and we put a Firebird target right on the head. Because guys, you've heard it. Some of us said it. Hey, man, I got a doe tag. I'm just head hunting. Well, we're going to see if you can do it. We got a truck there. You can shoot out of the truck over the mirror. You can get out over the hood. No proning out. I mean, if you want to try it offhand, go right ahead. The Firebird target's about, I think Axe and I measured it 2 3/4 inch. So you got to hit that. We're going to first go at 125 yards. Anybody hits that, we're moving out to 200. We're going to keep going until somebody wins distances. Winner. We're going to have, of course, we're going to get a cash kitty going. Everybody can throw in at $10 who's there. And, of course, we still have the Bloodline Kinetics, one of our great sponsors here. Free barrel threading from Jake there at Bloodline Kinetics for the winner and whatever money's in the kitty. So, and if you want to get in on it, of course, contact me, Clay, or Deeks. Send us a message on any of our social media outlets or an email, guns@gunsinthe701.com. And what kind of rifle can we? Caliber doesn't matter. Use whatever one you want. If you want to show up with your target rifle and act like that's what you go deer hunting with, by all means, do that. I think that's a chicken shit way to do things instead of just bringing your regular deer rifle. But feel free to do it. I won't give you any shit about it. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be using the 223 God's cartridge, which we might be talking about some 223s later. Oh God, not again. Yes, always. So Josh says, sounding like me and the boy are going to sneak out for the shoot on the first. Awesome, Josh. I love that. Going to hang out for the shoot, then run since it's the daughter's birthday. I'll confirm with you closer to the day of the shoot. Appreciate that, Josh. And my baby girl's firstborn baby girl got her birthday coming up Monday. We're going to do a little something for her there. So I know she follows us, but I guarantee you she isn't watching. So, that's awesome, man. I'd love it. We get some people showing up. And one thing about it, all the guys, anybody made an excuse who couldn't make it, you're going to have to come up with another one or just show up and show us what a damn sniper you are, right? Because I know a lot of guys and who claim they are some freaking sniper shooting somebody. I shot this sumbitch in the head at 950 yards, or this sumbitch is on the run and I offhanded it at 350. Now's the time to show up. I don't want to waste my time coming there and embarrassing you. By all means, come and do it. I want to see it done. And I'll be happy for you if you can do it, man. You are one hell of a shot. It's going to be fun. And one of the stories I got, like I said, coming up here when we're done talking about this, if you guys don't get too bored, I'm gonna go. We got people here. I don't want to go like super long, maybe an hour, but like I said, I got a story here about how far is too far, and it's been talked about before, to shoot big game using the modern day technology. This is a recent story here a couple of days ago out of Cowboy State Daily. I don't know if you guys never heard of Cowboy State Daily. The Cowboy State, of course, is Wyoming, and it's a great online newspaper there. Real conservative, right wing. Good story. Got a lot of hunting, shooting, good political stuff in there. It's good stuff, man. I like Cowboy State Daily. I ran across about. In fact, my buddy J.R. Havens, who grew up in Wyoming, very proud WYO indigenous person there, whatever you want to call him, native of Wyoming. There you go. He didn't even know about it, and I showed him, and he loves it, man. He loves the Cowboy State Daily. So I'll tell you what, if you guys got any questions again about the Brain Bucket Challenge, go ahead and put them in the comments. Like I said, any rifle you want, whatever caliber, doesn't matter. Again, I said, if you're going to bring some target rifle that you claim to hunt with, go right ahead and do that too. I'm going to have my 223, probably Gen 2 Ruger. Well, maybe the 701 rifle from Bloodline. I don't know, but 4 to 12 or 4 to 16, whichever one I'm going to use. It's we're going to get it done, baby. I'm looking for, and I've never went through the first round on any of these challenges we've did. If you don't know we've done 3 other challenges: a deer rifle gong steel challenge, that was at 400. The prairie dog steel challenge at 300, and the coyote rifle steel challenge, that was also at 300. All the videos are on there. The deer one and the coyote one were great. Thousands of people to watch those, so they're fun. All right, Jake says, hey, my 6.5 Winchester ready. What's up, Jake? Jake's looking good on that AI and them pictures he's got. This is a sexy bastard right there. I like that. Eric says, my 223 is my plinking gun, and I smoked the doe right up the nose and out the back at 170 yards. Perfect. See, that's what I mean. And that nose hole, Eric, I guarantee a nose hole on a deer way smaller than these Firebird targets. So it's going to be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it. Jake, hopefully you can get out there and do this, man. It's going to be a Saturday. It's not going to be a Sunday. Jake's usually working, but man, Jake, you got a couple hours, man. Take it off. Work a couple hours extra Friday. Bring out a gun. Let's get it done, man. It's going to be a fun time. So, anyways, like I said, you guys got any more? And Jake, actually, I'll show you guys my rifle when Jake's done. It's Winchester XPR 6.5 Creed. He threaded the barrel for me. In fact, Jake's got the CNC lathe now, 1 to 2 day turnaround for you to thread them barrels. And he Cerakoted it, Coyote Tan, I believe, which I love it. Tactical peanut butter, Coyote Tan, Desert Tan, whatever you want to call it. I love that color. It goes with everything. And, I'm looking forward to getting that baby and trying it out. I got plenty of 6.5 ammo to break that sucker in. We're going to see how it shoots. I got that rifle actually from one of our old sponsors, Double H Guns. So, hey, Daryl, thanks for the good deal on that, by the way. If you want a custom-made one, though, Jake can make you a custom-made any caliber you want. He's got all kinds of stuff down there. Go down there and let him know what you want. And by the way, Jake, my buddy Trav was over today, saw the 701 AR rifle, loved it. He loved it. The only complaint he had about it is the only one that I really do. I'm not a fan that grip, and I did tell Jake I'm definitely a Hogue AR grip fan, and Jake, give this one a try. I'm some open-minded, man. I did it, so grips are easy to change. It's not like a terrible grip. It's, I'm just kind of a crotchety old stuck-in-my-ways guy, so that's probably why I like the Hogue better. I don't have big hands either. I don't know. It may be too vertical for me. I don't know. The trigger, he loved the trigger too. Jake said that trigger, he was bragging about the trigger on. The trigger is freaking badass on that thing. Love it. He liked the flat shoe on there. Flat shoe or curved, doesn't matter to me. I think I actually prefer the flat shoe on a pistol. Rifle, curved or flat, doesn't matter to me. So I'll tell you, let's get in. Like I said, any more questions about the Muley Brain Bucket Challenge, throw them in the comments and I'll get to them. I'll answer your questions on it. Let's go to this article here. If you hear any pauses, I'm taking a drink of my Coors Light. Like I said, this is not like one of our regular podcasts here. I'm going to be drinking some Coors Light. Just cracked one. Might slip an F-bomb in there now and then too. So like Brian said, it's an exclamation point. Yeah. So how far is too far to shoot big game using modern technology? That was a headline in this article. Actually, I said a couple of days ago, January 11th, this sucker just came out here. So I'll kind of read it. This is how I kind of do the show, guys. If you're new to the show, I read it and then I'll read the article and break it down, give my opinion on it. Of course, I freeball it on a lot of shit too, but we're going to go with this. Goes on here. Some hunters claim that technology such as rifle designs to shoot 1,000 yards or more is ruining the sport. I mean, I guess I really don't consider hunting a sport anyways. It's kind of a way of life. A sport. Not really. Not to me. Shooting sports, maybe like target shooting, like we're going to do. Like we're going to do the doe challenge. That's kind of sporting. The ethics of long-range hunting is a debate that's not going away. Right, and it's been around for a while, for sure. It's like crossbows and compound bows, shit like that. Is technology, including rifles that can shoot accurately out to 1,000 yards or more, making hunting too easy? Some hunters think so. And the Idaho Fish and Game Department formed a group to consider whether technology is taking the ethics out of hunting. Yeah, I was waiting for something like this to happen. So, I mean, here it comes. I didn't know it was going to come out of Idaho. I was thinking like California or some shit. The discussion has partly been spurred by the story of a nearly 2,000-yard kill shot on a Wyoming antelope. I mean, that's a pretty damn good shot, really. I don't know how many times the person shot, but antelope's tiny. I mean, their kill zone's like my computer monitor here. I don't even know if it's that big, really. They're a small animal. Unless you get a real big one, but not really. Eric says, we got to get you to drink a man's beer, not that watered down stuff. I tried some of Eric's beer the after party there at 280. Woo! No. JD's Gizzard is not made for dark beer. So the guy, this says, This guy here that's talking, he's part of this commission. I know that 2,000-yard antelope shot is a huge issue. I mean, I don't know why it's an issue. I reference it to my paper in my papers a lot. Avid hunter Tal Sampson of Pocatello, Idaho. He told Cowboy State Daily, "What is fair chase?" Sampson is part of the Idaho Fish and Game's Hunting and Advanced Technology Working Group, in quotations, HAT. He's also a founding member of Beyond the Flight Zone, which you'll find out what the Flight Zone is here shortly. That's a grassroots hunters organization that he said is causing a groundswell in Idaho and other states. Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to pop up here too, to be honest with you. It's calling for re-examination of hunting ethics and what fair chase means. Fair chase should be one simple principle: range of weapon compared to the biological limits of the animal, which is the flight zone, is what this Sampson calls it. In the hunting world, the principle of fair chase has long been debated. The Boone and Crockett Club, widely considered the gold standard for hunting trophy record keeping, defines fair chase as hunting in such a manner that the animal has a reasonable chance of escape. Okay. Liam J, is this the best place to ask a question? Yeah, Liam, if you're for real, by all means, man, give me your question. I don't have Clay around to snipe you, so if it is a spammer, I'm going to have to go to my phone and do it. The question seems like it's not real, and he's got like a little emoji guy there, so he, she, whatever. So is 600 yards the magic number? Advancements in hunting rifles are causing some to question just how far is too far to shoot big game animals, Sam. So weapons have reached a point where you look at fairness, it's not fair. All right, so, I mean, fairness, I kind of see where they're coming from on this, but I don't know how you would regulate this, right? He says there was a time when hunters would rarely shoot over 400 yards. I mean, I rarely shoot over 400 yards at a deer. I think twice I have. I missed once, and the other time I drilled it in. It was like 450. I hit it in the head by accident. I was aiming for held on the back on his back with a 22-250, and the wind, I didn't even compensate for it. Then I got back into deer hunting. I held on the back for the wind, went over and popped right through a muley buck's ear. My buddy thought I should have said I was aiming for that, but I wasn't. But now shots that stretch out to 700 yards or more are commonplace. I mean, maybe in Wyoming and Idaho, but not. I mean, you might shoot at 700 yards, but hits and kill shots at 700 are commonplace. Not with anybody I know. I mean, I know some guys who, maybe my buddy Scott Bachmeyer or our neighbor up in Golden Valley, Tanner. But the stuff they got to shoot with, their glass, and most guys I know, no way. He says, we're in an arms race. The hunting community, hunting culture, manufacturers are competing over who can create the biggest, fastest, long-range weapon that can shoot wildlife at 1,000 yards. I agree with that. They are doing that. Cartridges, higher BCs, faster muzzle velocities, scopes integrated with your phone, and the dots come up on your scope where you can use them, stuff like like that, and they work, man. I mean, I've shot the Burris Eliminator, and that's not even the newer one. I've that old one I shot, and that thing, man, right on the money. It worked great. And in fact, I shot prairie dogs at Scott's, and I used his out to 600, and I mean, it looked like the spot I picked out on this rocket hit right there. It was a clay pigeon. I'm feeling like pretty damn sure I would have hit it. So he goes on, an argument can be made that this is well outside an animal's, quote, flight zone. And this is what they describe the flight zone: the distance at which an animal might detect hunters and consider them to be a threat. Yeah, I mean, probably. I've seen them flight zone farther than that, but yeah, 600 yards that would be a reasonable thing to say, I guess. Based on the biology of big game species such as deer, elk, and antelope, the flight zone extends to about 600 yards, he said. So that raises the question of whether it's ethical to shoot any further than that. Right. And I said, how in the hell are you going to regulate something like that, though? Right. I'm not saying I'm on board with it or totally against. How would you regulate that, though? Right. I mean, game warden sees you. What's he going to do? Hey, I saw you, and I think I think I saw you here, and you shot here, and I'm going to come here, and I don't know how you do that. Eric Newman says, I know some people that shouldn't shoot over 100 yards. So distance is in the hands of the shooter. There ain't a magic number. Right. I agree, Eric. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I seen guys miss shit at 100, and I'm shaking my head like, what the hell's going on here? Right. And guys who drilled them, I mean, man, I want to say the longest, I mean, personally, when I was there, the longest range hit, man, honestly, it was probably when I was with Scott and he shot that antelope at 500 yards with that. He had a 6.5 and that burst eliminator got it right in the heart. He was broadside, and yeah, I think that was the longest one. And I've seen guys shoot it longer than that, and they missed, man. Or they wounded him and hit him in the gut. We never seen him. That's the thing that concerns me. Longer range. I will tell you later when we're done with this what I think maybe should be cracked down on a little bit. Not concerning distance or shot or anything, but so he said it can be a tough question. Sampson said he's not a long distance hunter himself. He prefers to get in close with his muzzle loading rifle. Okay, good for you. Understandable, but again, when you do that and that's your favorite thing and you want to bitch at somebody for shooting longer range, I'm not a fan of that. There have already been some restrictions on technology as it relates to hunting. For instance, in Wyoming, it's illegal to use drones to locate game or to drive animals towards hunters. Right, and I will tell you right now, you can disagree with me. Drones for hunting, I think, yeah, I mean, I could see going over there and forcing, buzzing down and making deer run onto your property or unposted land or public. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely on board with banning shit like that. Man, but if there's a way you could use it to recover animals, I don't know how you would separate those two. Because man, that would be maybe you can use them. I don't know, but drones would be handy for that. But I mean, it would just get abused so damn much that maybe there's just no way of doing that, right? Of making that legal. So he said, in some states, rifles with scopes are forbidden during special muzzleloader seasons. Yeah, understandable. I know that. He and other members of Beyond the Flight Zone are worried that if hunters start to rely too much on tech, they could lose favor with the general public. Yeah, I mean, I could maybe get on board with that. He says polls show 78% of non-hunters still support hunting, but that's fragile, he said. If hunting ethics need an update, hunters should be the one to do it. All sports are struggling with tech. This is just something where we as hunters have to sit down with each other and say, hey, are we doing the right thing here, Sampson said. So, like I said, I will. Eric says flight zone is different in different terrain. Flat ground area, they run. Oh, yeah, for sure. yeah. If it's flat, this guy's talking about in Idaho. So, I mean, even out at our ranch, there's a flat place where they will see them and run from 800 to 1,200 yards to, in the hills where it probably is 600 yards. Far as thing, I just don't know how you would regulate people shooting at longer ranges. I mean, if it's out of the range of their scope, even if you got one with the drop reticles in, oh shit, maybe, and then just hold over and they shoot and try and hit the damn thing and walk it in. How do you regulate that? I don't think that you can. Like thermals and shit like that for predators. Yeah, I think that's great. But what I'm going to see with that, somebody's going to see a deer, if they haven't already, right? See your deer go in somewhere, bed down, it's dark. Hey, let's come back later, get the thermal out, pop them, and drag them out. Because if you got a thermal and a deer, they can hide right under your nose. But if you got one of those, there's no freaking way they're going to hide from you. There's no freaking way. You can see them right in there. Antlers and everything, the big buck's in there. So I'm a little for deer. Again, how are you going to regulate that? I certainly don't want them banned. I think, like I said, thermals are freaking awesome for hunting predators and that, but for deer hunting, man, and just big bucks are going to lay low, and these guys are going to find them. I don't know how widespread it would be. If somebody's going to be unethical, they're going to be unethical, whether they're legal or not, I guess. So, you know what, guy, we're going to do? I'm going to do our first commercial. I'm going to do all 5 of them right here, right off the bat. Like Eric says, you can't regulate. You're exactly right, Eric. So I don't. We're going to come back, talk a little bit more about this, and if everybody's sticking around, I got something else we'll hit on. If not, I can blow doors. Maybe I'll go over the Brain Bucket Challenge. Well, before we go, for sure, whether we go over something else or not, I'm going to hit the Brain Bucket Challenge rescheduling again. So going to do all 5 sponsors here, guys. JD 701 Nation. Be right back with you.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
Anvil Brand LLC, raising and training tomorrow's barrel horses right out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Tracy and her family are great American patriots who not only support the Second Amendment, but they also promoted what you're looking for, top quality barrel horses. Go ahead and give Tracy a call at 701-471-6629 and tell them Guns and 701.com sent you. That's Anvil Brand LLC out of Bismarck, North Dakota.
Like Michael, the flow like Aubrey. Walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in. Know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, pink cop.
All right, JD back here, 701 Nation. Thanks everybody for tuning in here tonight. We were talking right off the bat. Brain Bucket Challenge rescheduled February 1st, 11:30 Central Time. Please go ahead and want you guys to confirm you're going to be participating with us in that. Hopefully the weather works out for us this time. winner's going to get a Bloodline Kinetics free barrel threading. And of course, hey, Jake, we got a couple of nice little Bloodline Kinetics decals for you here. And of course, we're going to have a kitty. Everybody's going to pitch in. You can win that. And these usually take a couple hours, maybe. I don't even know if they take that long. But yeah, it's going to be fun. February 1st, 11:30 a.m. Hey, bring your gun. Let's get it on, man. Let's see. Let's check some marksmanship. We've done that in a few of them other challenges, and a lot of us didn't hit it on it. Most of us didn't hit on the first go around, as a matter of fact. But just saw this pop up here. This Monday, Representative Eric Burleson, Republican from Missouri, he's going to introduce legislation to repeal the National Firearms Act, which was put into effect in 1934. The NFA, of course, is the federal law that controls the sale, possession, and transfer of firearms and accessories, often referred to as Class 3, full auto, stuff like that. These include suppressors, short-barreled shotguns, short-barreled rifles, machine guns, etc. In the light of the NFA, law-abiding gun owners want a suppressor must submit photographs, fingerprints, $200 for every one of them. Most of us know that. It sucks. So these cumbersome process applies for a short-barreled shotgun or rifle and for a machine gun too. Yeah, machine gun 86. Eric says he's not sure if he can make it. I may be on call. I hope you can, Eric. That'd be, man, you and Gunner come on up again, man. That'd be freaking awesome. Burleson is bypassing quick fixes on Monday, heading straight to the source by seeking to repeal the NFA. Honestly, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the NFA might get repealed, but you're not getting rid of. I don't think you're getting rid of the ATF. I don't know what you guys think. I think their best chance with that would be, because I think Bobert's got one coming out too. Lauren Bobert in Colorado would be. She just wants to get rid of the ATF, but I don't. Gene Cox says I still won't be able to afford an M60. Me either, Gene. A guy could break your bank and get one. I mean, could you afford to shoot it then? I mean, what fun is an M60 if you're just going to pop single shoot? I mean, you got to go full auto, right? And then not only that, you got to get in shape so you can do like one-handed and then hold the freaking string of ammo in the other hand and shoot it like that, like Rambo. Otherwise, I mean, what fun would that be, right? I mean, my opinion. Oh yeah, tell you guys, got myself today. Went down, picked myself up. Had a whole bunch of gift cards from Shields. Gift cards, no, they're not a sponsor of ours. But bought some Vortex range finding binoculars. So I'm looking forward to trying those babies out. I've always wanted a pair. I'm so tired of having the binoculars and the rangefinder digging in the pocket, especially bow. Bow hunting really sucks without having you got your bow, your crossbow or your bow, and then your rangefinder and the deer moves. Then you just look at it, put it, and just drop it one time. And their 10x42 is HD, looked real clear. So we get those out. I'll try them out, let you guys know how they worked. Should be great, man. My kid's gonna inherit herself a nice loophole rangefinder, right? So one other story I was gonna talk about here, unless you guys, if you guys got something else you want to hit on, put them in the comments. Like I said, we're about halfway through the show here. I'm gonna go about an hour. I mean, if we got something to talk about, I definitely got something to talk about. Whether you guys find it interesting or not is a whole nother story. But if you got something you want to hit on, a question on something, throw it in the comments. Gene Cox says HH does have a set of small base dies for 223. I'll grab them next week. Awesome. I've always remind me, Gene, what's the thing with small base dies again? I think they're mostly for semi-autos, right? Because I've never used small base dies. I've just used regular dies, and honestly, I mean, tens of thousands of rounds probably I fired through AR-15s. Never had a problem with them. I have had some brass tear in half, but I mean, I've had that happen in bolt actions too, from reloading them so many times, and they usually a quarter inch behind the neck they'll tear in half. You get stuck in your chamber, and then you got to pull them out of there. But I don't know, small base. I think they're mostly for semi-autos. I could be wrong. Got our caps. Sent over to our gal, our orange caps and the new camo caps. She's getting a new label sewed on there, the black with the silver. Getting those on her, going to look pretty sweet. Looking forward to having those. I know I got a few people basically got them sold already for those, but you know what? Shit, Clay and I might even throw in. I think Clay actually said that on Wednesday. We got some big water bottles and some tumblers. We might have one of those for the winner of the brain bucket. Either that or like the biggest miss, right? I said I told Clay maybe we should do like coyote tournaments, have different small dog, big dog, shit like that. We should have like the worst shot, the guy who missed the worst, or gal, you win yourself something. Yeah, they're so cool. I mean, they look good. Somebody might just shoot one in the air just so they can get that freaking tumbler. Gene says, I guess it's a bit smaller to squeeze the case a bit for AR type reloading, or so they tell me. Yeah, like I said, Gene, I've never had a problem. And I mean, like I said, thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds I've reloaded. Maybe these guys who run and gun and super fast shoot and running the 3-gun and shit, and I don't do that. I mean, the most I've shot, I mean, not like I've never done a mag dump. I have, but I normally don't do that. Nor do most people I hunt with or shoot with do that. Brian says, so you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah, Brian, hey man, you and Mama Joe are shooting Ruger Americans. You probably got a damn good chance as anybody else does, man. But if you don't, like I said, if you feel like you're not gonna, just go ahead and go a little higher and shoot in the dirt, and we'll be the judge. We got something for you anyways. Remember, man, I texted you. We got something for you anyways, Brian. So you're gonna win either way if you show up. Beer's gonna be good. Shooting's gonna be fun. You get some sweet swag, and I mean, when isn't it fun to shoot? I love shooting's fun. I mean, unless it's super cold, but I mean, you can always bundle up for the cold, right? So, speaking of 223s, I mean, if you don't want to hear it, I won't talk about it. But I just read an article here today: the 8 best 223 rifles in 2025. I mean, I would love to talk about this, but I mean, some of you guys are probably like, shit. Hey, if you want to hear it, let me hear it in the comments. Otherwise, we're going to go over the brain bucket, and I'm always going to do a happy ending. We're going to do a happy ending, and I can end it with that. Because I mean, the 8 best, I looked at this, and I don't know. I'm not really on board with some of these or where they come up with this shit, but maybe I'm full of shit. Gene says, I've got some 62 grain green tip ammo for now. Yeah, I will tell you that, Gene, those things, when I ever shoot them, I'm not saying they're not effective on targets, but if you're looking for accuracy, not in my experience, not very good for shit like that. But Brian Warner says, you see me, I am naturally bundled up. Hey, and that's not a bad thing in North Dakota, Brian, right? Shit. I mean, you can show up with, just with your damn hoodie on or whatever, right? Zipper hoodie. I'm a zipper hoodie guy too. Most people are pullover hoodie. I think pullover hoodies suck because your options are done, man. It's on you, and either you're on that son of a bitch or you're off. I like zipper hoodies. I open it up. You can go wide open, close it up. Zipper hoodies to me. Number one. 18 wheels and a dozen 6-shooter says, let's hear it. All right, he wants to appreciate that. He wants to hear the top 8 223 rifles. Okay. Because those who know me know I am a 223. Right when I said that, somebody dropped off. They didn't like, fuck this. Yeah. I told you can hear some F-bombs too. No, I'm not drunk. I mean, I barely finished one beer, and takes way more than 1 pounder to get me going. So, all right, let's get into this. This is from the gunzone.com here. January 11th, this guy dropped this. So, what are the best 223 rifles in 2025? I mean, 2025 just started, and this guy is already, and I'm not picking on this guy. I'm just saying, right? The 8 best on the market, 2025 reviews. You can read them here, he says. Without a doubt, the 223 cartridge is widely used and favored among many gun owners around America and the world, for that matter. In fact, the 223 is the number one by far centerfire cartridge in America that people use for good reasons. It kicks ass. It's very It's very good at a lot of things. Not the master of one, but for everything. And I mean, it's freaking everywhere. Tons of loads for it. Tons of bullets for any use you want, really. He says, it's small caliber, yet a powerful one. Oh, it's not powerful. Yeah, it is. Damn right it is. It can be used for a full range of apps, which I pretty much just said. However, it can be difficult deciding on which 223 rifle to choose. These, not for me, but maybe if you don't have one yet. Ultimately, the Gene might be wondering. I got to tell you real quick, I'm watching more and more of these videos of the Henry lever. Man, that thing is, some guys were shooting today. I can't remember who it was. Guy kind of looked like Carrot Top and some other big husky looking dude. Got a big guy like Brian here. Man, they were shooting some crazy groups of that thing. I was impressed. Quiet as hell too with that can on it. Ultimately, the best 223 should be adaptable for hunting, target shooting, self-defense, and even tactical use. Yeah, which they are. Which they are, man, in my opinion. That's what I mean. A 223 is versatile. You can carry a lot of rounds, affordable, everywhere, military. Well, they use 5.56, so I would say, you know what? I should ask Jake I don't know if he's still listening, but what is his opinion? Because I know some guys who work on guns that say, you can shoot 5.56 and 223. That's bullshit. And other ones who say that you can't. Yeah, we got a scammer in here, so I don't have time to get this. He's on one of this Kick or whatever. I'm not even on Kick, but we're on there. So I don't know. Clay's not here to get rid of this joker. So 18 wheels and a dozen says, I'm looking for one of those new Henry Supreme. Yeah, Henry Supreme and 223. That's what they are. Those things look awesome. I guess the triggers are badass. And like I said today, I was shocked at the groups these guys, unless these guys are full of shit and they went down and poked, hey, let's make this look real good and poke. I don't think so though. They look awesome. And yeah, I mean, yeah. So let's just get to it here. Number one, this guy's number one 223 rifle in 2025, Ruger AR 5.56 with a 16.1 inch 5.56 by 4.5 NATO black 30 round. Best 223 rifle, he says. Well, he says best under 700. Yeah, I mean, see, again with ARs, it depends on. I definitely am a Ruger pimp. A lot of shit what they're made out of, what kind of guts are inside them. You can get shitty barrel, even like shitty steel barrels. I mean, you can get. They can shoot good sometimes, but. Like number one 223 rifle. Okay, for under 700. This guy figures I'll go through the pros and cons here too. He said, he says, are you looking for accuracy? Well, he doesn't really. It comes in at 6.5 pounds. Well, I mean, most ARs are right around there. And he's got a Brown Owls at 8 something. Go talk to Brandon and Mandan Sporting Goods or Little Angry Man, see what they can get you one for. I'll go through the pros and cons. He says pros, high capacity. Yeah, I mean, that's anything you can get. I got, Ruger mags or Mossberg. They take AR mags too. So high capacity, that's a pro on any rifle that can take an AR mag. Precisely rifled barrel, very accurate, lightweight, adjustable sights, telescopic stock, heat resistant handguards. Yeah, I mean, a bunch of that shit's on all ARs. Well, that's not like specific to this gun, right? His cons, only one magazine included. Well, I mean, that's pretty much any freaking gun you buy with a detachable mag. The son of a bitch comes with one. I mean, that's how gun stores and manufacturers make their money. You got to buy an extra mag. And I mean, if you've ever really seen like what gun stores pay for a new gun, they don't make much money on new rifles. I can tell you that right now. They'll probably pull their freaking book out and show you. That's what I did once. I'm like, you're full of shit. And they showed me so, and I was like, yeah, man, I guess you're not making used guns. That might be a different story. New guns, they don't make much. Go ahead and ask them. Hey, Eric, that Coors Light, Delico, baby. Number 2, Daniel Defense. I will tell you, it's kind of AR heavy, which is kind of weird to me because most ARs, in my opinion, like I said, depends on what's in them. They're very, very, very similar. 2, Daniel Defense, DDM 4V11, 16-inch. I'm going to get this comment first. Gene Cox says, I still like my SA16, 20-inch barrel, 1-7 twist. SA again, Gene. What is that one? It's got like a European stock, right? Like a straight, not a pistol grip stock, and it, right? I could be wrong, but go ahead and put that in the comments. 1-7 twist barrel. Yeah, I'm a 1-8 twist guy. Our man Jake at Bloodline, he's definitely a 1-7. In my testing, I haven't really noticed a difference in accuracy. Anyway, Daniel Defense, he says 5.56 chambering, 30 rounder. He says best 223 under $2,000. Again, I know friends of mine who have DDM Daniel Defense rifles. And I love Daniel Defense. They're awesome. I'm just going to tell you, I wouldn't see a difference by shooting that and watching them shoot it and their usage of it compared to that Ruger. I don't see a difference. $2,000 to $700. No, I'm not really seeing a difference, man. Oh, God, you're a dipshit, JD. Okay, maybe. Let me know why. Okay, so it comes with a key mod, all right? But, I mean, you can buy one of them and put the damn thing on yourself or have somebody like Jake at Bloodline put it on, and you're still going to be way under $2,000. Mid-length gas. Yeah, okay, Gene says it's a Springfield Retro production of gotcha, Gene. 20-inch. Okay, so like M6, like the M16 or whatever they call them over there was giving him shit about it, and Jake's like, because he told me he wasn't gonna. That piece of shit ain't gonna shoot, and he did. And North Dakota guys, man, we grew up shooting. I've got a lot of stories from my North Dakota buddies that got in the military, and guys couldn't believe how freaking good we can shoot. Well, when you grow up doing that shit, it's awesome, man. I love it. So it comes with a mid-length gas system, which mid-length, less recoil, spits less gas back into the upper receiver. Less recoil. Not that a 223R has much recoil, but yeah, I mean, if I got my choice, I'll take a mid-length. Gene says, in my gun shop back in the day, money was made on used guns, but you got to buy them cheap. Yep. Yeah, exactly. See, Gene right there. Gene will tell you. It's same. Like, I worked at Wilhelm years ago when Wilhelm was in Bismarck. Most money was made there was off used cars, not the new one. Oh, what about Cadillacs? Buick, Cadillac, Olds, Mazda. No, man, used cars, used Cadillac, you really get the money. I mean, that's the used car department was where it was at there. So, it's used shit. I mean, because you can't really deal on new shit either. If you go into a gun shop and try and deal on a new gun, they don't want to freaking hear it, man. Used ones, damn right. You bet you can. So also he says the Daniel Defense, there's a 15-inch long rail in place. You'll be able to grip really close to the muzzle. Them guys go out and they get it like this here, I don't do it. I go like my fingers under like this and my other finger goes down. That's just me. Cold hammer forged barrel. I'm pretty sure Ruger does that anyways. Free-floating government profile. Yeah, I think that government profile barrel, I mean, they made that cut in there for the bayonet and shit. Yeah, it's lighter, but I mean, as far as like keeping it accurate in your group, not opening up with more shots, not good for that. I prefer just the straight profile barrel without the cuts in it. But whatever. I don't like. Again, I said I don't do a lot of like rapid fire stuff. It's fun. I have done it. Will I do it in the future? Yeah, I will, but not like just 30 rounds of hammering. You get on a good prairie dog town, I shoot a lot, barrel gets hot, I'll just switch out guns. Made in the USA. Yeah, anyways, let's get to the pros and cons. Pros, he says, key mod, pick rail, high capacity, again, little perceived recoil, again, high capacity, every AR, accurate shooter. DD, my buddies have shot around me, I'm not slamming. I'm just saying it's not more accurate than any other ones. I mean, I've shot like cheap ass. Remember the DPMS? The cheapest bastards. They were like $300 when Trump was. I mean, them things most of my shot would shoot an inch group or a little over. Cold hammer forged barrel made in the US. Again, yeah, those are pros, but they're not any different than any other ARs. Cons: no sights included. Accessory focus. Right. So like if sights are included on most ARs, if you buy them, it's still that stupid ass A2 front sight. If you want to shoot iron sights, yeah, you can shoot them with a scope. My first couple ARs had that. I hate that shit. Get it off, put a low pro gas block on, get some flip up sights. Magpul M-Bus were freaking great. I've shot lights out with those babies. In fact, when we do the iron sight steel challenge on the offhand, you bet your ass I'm going to have Magpul M-Bus on my rifle for that. So, yeah, I would rather just not even have sights on it if they're going to put that front one on, because I always knock the pin out of the son of a bitch, which is a pain in the ass, and then put the gas block back on and get flip up sights. 3. What are we at here? 50. We may go a little longer than an hour. So if I'm glad. Hey, everybody was hanging in there. I haven't checked on X or Rumble. Appreciate you guys. Obviously, there's a freaking dude on Kick or a scammer, but appreciate you guys hanging in there. Fuck football. We're talking guns and gear here in hunting. What? Yeah, that's right. Smith & Wesson M&P 50, right? And so if anybody asks me, like, what's a cheap AR I can get? I recommend Smith & Wesson. I like Smith & Wesson products. M&P 15, all of them I've seen, shoot great, run good. Got barrels, nitride, I think, nitride bath on the barrel and the bolt and all that shit. So they run good, and they're good guns. They're good guns for the price. You get yourself a nice AR and lifetime warranty on them. I mean, most manufacturers do now, but let's see what he says. It was 6.45 pounds, right? Like I said, all ARs are like 6.5 to 6.8, unless the old big frame like 308s and shit. I mean, they're using some now, but they make lightweight ones too. They're smaller, but yeah, I mean, and they were over 7 pounds. But let's get into the pros and cons of what this guy says here. And this has of course the plastic hanger, and this one has the A2 sight on the front that he's showing on here. Like I said, let me see here. If you know what an A2 sight is, let me see if I can get this thing to focus. You see that on the front, that A2? Yeah, that they work good. They work good, and your scope will see around unless you're on low power, and there'll be a black spot in there, but not a fan. Pros, affordable. He said, this guy says A2 is a pro for the gun. Disagree. Magpul M-Bus rear, agree. Versatile. All ARs are lightweight. I mean, all ARs, ergonomic grip. I mean, it's got a standard AR grip. That's why is that a pro? Yeah, pistol grips, in my opinion, feel better in your hand, but that's not a cons. Grip may not be a universal fit. I mean, what are you talking about, dude? It's a standard freaking A2 grip. What the fuck? You just said it was ergonomic grip and it was a pro, and now it's a con? I mean, no. Number 4, Springfield Armory. We're going to get out of the ARs pretty quick. Like I said, this guy's AR heavy here, which I'm an AR pimp. They're right on our freaking sign back here. Springfield Armory Saint, 16-inch. Let's just get straight to the freaking pros and cons. This one's actually 6.75 pounds. I'm not sure why it's a little heavier. I think they got a metal handguard on them, yeah, it's bigger for sure. And this one's got the A2 of the stock's definitely a heavier, and it's got it looks like it's got a rubber molded hand grip on it. Let's go to the pros and cons. High capacity, same as all ARs. Chrome moly vanadium barrel. I mean, that's pretty much freaking standard. 1-8 twist. All right, like I said, I like nickel boron trigger, so that probably makes it a little smoother than your standard shitty AR triggers. AR triggers, I mean, in most like your cheaper ARs are freaking shit. Plan on changing that shit out right away unless you're just going to use it for a bullet hose. Good sights combination. Well, it's the same thing that Smith & Wesson had. Flip up rear, A2 front, lightweight. You might also want cons. You might not want an A2 sight post. Yeah, right? I mean, his pros and cons suck, really. But I'll give him credit. He's trying, because breaking down different ARs is a little harder. Because they all, like I said, they're all, other than the material and shit they're made out of, they're all pretty much the same. Here we go. This one I can vouch for. My buddy John's got one. Jay Diggity. Number 5. I would have put this higher than number 5 for damn sure. Hey, have you guys got any comments on these guns, what I'm saying? Think I'm full of shit or this guy? By all means, put them in the comments. I'd love to chat with you guys about this shit instead of me just breaking shit down unless you think I'm breaking it down. All right. Savage Access 223 Rem bolt action, real tree timber. It's exactly the one my boy Jay Diggity's got. He's got it for $350. Yeah, I mean, that's about what he got it for. I think it was a 22-inch barrel, right? So I'm going to read a little bit of this because it's the first bolt action. This is an incredibly affordable 223 bolt action, true classic, modern construction. I don't know, but 20. Yeah, right here, 22-inch barrel, right? Which gives you, if you don't know, longer the barrel, almost always you're going to get more velocity out of that 22. You burn all that powder out, and it did. We did a test of this rifle. It's for sure on our YouTube channel. If you want to check it out, you just got to. I want to say it was back in end of August, beginning of September. We did it. Shot good, shot real good, and we did actually ballistics gel test out of Duck. Man, this thing's really shiny on my freaking beak here. Yeah, sticking out at me, bugging the shit out of me, really. Anyway, yeah, we did a ballistics gel test on it at 200 yards. Freaking worked great. So user adjustable Accu trigger, 2-stage. Yeah, it is that, and it broke real good. I don't think we even adjusted it. I mean, it felt like about 3.5, 4 pounds. Real good trigger on it. I thought I can promise you it's better than any goddamn standard AR trigger. Whale and Turnus, hey, what's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in here late. Eric says, my old $200 Savage does me just fine and shoots great unless I'm at the Coyote Challenge. That is true. Eric did win the Prairie Dog Challenge at 300 and furthermore shot great after that in round 2 going out. I think we shot out to 400 or 500 I think we shot out to with it. But yeah. So Whale, and if you tuned in, we went over the rescheduling of the Brain Bucket Challenge there. It's going to be February 1st if you want in on it. Let me know. It's 11:30 a.m. Central. And we went over hunting long-range ethics, an article in the Cowboy State Daily in Wyoming. And now we're going over the top 8 best 223 rifles in 2025, according to thegunzone.com. I mean, I'm disagreeing with about half of what this dude's saying. And I am a 223 pimp. So, want to mount accessories. He says Access 2 has a pick rail, which it does, 6.3 pounds. Right, real light, and I can tell you got a nice recoil pad on it. Again, not to the 223s, this big donkey kicking son of a bitch. The detachable box magazine. I will tell you this. We didn't have any trouble feeding it, but when we did, it was because it didn't go in. It looks like it's in, but there's like a 1/8 of an inch. Sometimes you don't get it all the way in, and you got to make it when it's all the way in. Yeah, we're still talking about guns here. When it's all the way in, it feeds perfectly. But when we had it out, we had some misfeeds and discovered that was a problem. And it's almost, I can't remember how we had to put it in. Was it a little bit front, not rocket in, but kind of up? I don't know. If you get one, you know what I'm talking about. So he says, pros, extremely affordable, agreed, button rifled sporter barrel. Yeah, adjustable trigger. Yeah, real tree trim. The timber camel looks good, man. It's a sharp looking gun. Lightweight design. Okay, so all his pros I'm going to agree with on that 100%. And he didn't have accurate in there, but it shot. And the more we shot the damn thing, the more accurate it got. I mean, we didn't do it on video later, but I mean, like I don't even know if they were the 16-ounce water bottles. I mean, at 300 yards and a Hornady soft points, we were freaking popping these some bitches. I mean, it would have been blowing prairie dogs up. Cons, and I'm going to agree with this one too, low capacity at just 4 rounds. Right. 4 capacity, and Savage doesn't make a big one. At least freaking a 10-round aftermarket magazine make for this shit, man. Come on, man. 18 wheels and a frozen and a dozen 6-shooter says, I always try to get it all the way in. Me too, brother, and probably most other guys. I like that. What are we at here? Okay, we're going to go number 6. See, I'm going to put, and I'm biased, of course, on this one. He's got the Ruger American at 6. I would say this sumbitch, I mean, if not number 1, should have been top 2 or 3. So he's got the light adjustable trigger. And I will say on my Gen 2, does break good, but that sucker has some creep, which is annoying the shit out of me. I may have to change that. Let's get to the pros and cons here. He said, it's got the 3-lug bolt. Yeah, it does, and it's smoother than the Gen 1, but still not. But I mean, what you're paying for it, man, the accuracy is awesome. Josh Patterson says there's a company that makes extended mags for the Access rifle. I can't think of who it is. All right, awesome, Josh. If you remember it, go ahead and put it in the comments, because my buddy Diggity's looking for, man. He'd love a 10-rounder. So the pros: adjustable trigger, cold hammer forged barrel, little perceived recoil. I mean, that's any freaking, and mine especially with the can on it. I mean, it's laughable. A little kid could shoot it. Easy to maneuver, detachable mag, ambidextrous tang. I do like actually, I think the Savage has a tang safety too, now that I think of it. But the Ruger Gen 2 has, it's a 3-position safety. I mean, some that might matter to some people. I'm good with the 2. He's got cons, low capacity. Well, shit, it comes with a 10-round mag, and it takes any freaking AR mag you want. I mean, you can put a goddamn beta drum in the fucker, and I mean, come on, dude. That's a shitty con to put on there. They put the 10-rounder in there for commie states so they can still sell them. 18 wheels and dozen 6-shooter says, I love my Ruger Predator with the AR mags. Definitely should have been higher on the list. Yeah, and I got the standard. This one, my Gen 2 is a standard Ruger, 20-inch barrel. 18 wheels. He's got the Predator. That's 22-inch, I believe, if he's got the Gen 2. I think the Gen 1s were 22-inch as well. And my other 223 Ruger American is the 16-inch Ranch. Love that little sucker. Great rifle out to 300 yards. Great. I say it all the time, but my daughter smoked her first deer with that baby, and 210 yards or 20, I can't remember offhand, one of them two, right through the freaking heart, right on the money of the soft point. Number 7, I don't know much about this rifle. I mean, I've shot a couple of them. FN Scar 20S Precision. Okay. I mean, the Scars I shot have absolute horseshit triggers. I don't know if you got to be able to get some kind of aftermarket. He says this is a proven battle rifle that's been used in real combat by U.S. military. So is the freaking AR M4, Navy SEALs, Spec Ops, Special Forces. If you're after a top spec 223, this has to be way up there. Maybe you'll be able to target effectively to 800 yards. Yeah, I mean, with that 20-inch barrel, you're definitely helping yourself out. You're going to be another 100 to 150 feet per second out of the muzzle faster than at 800 yards, or even a 223, yeah, you can hit shit. But I mean, as far as energy on target at 800, it's minimal. I'm not saying they're going to kill or wound or whatever you want to do, but it's, I mean, I've never been in combat, but I would say 500 yards. I mean, if you get them on it and shoot one and send 3 more after it, and maybe then. Short stroke piston. Yeah, pistons do run cooler for sure and a little cleaner. Oh, he says match trigger. Okay, maybe it says something. I don't know. It's Geisley Super Scar, which the Geisley is what we got in our 701 rifles from Bloodline. Those are freaking pimp ass triggers. I love those things. They break real nice. If it has that in that 2-stage, it does have a nice trigger. So, but okay, guess how much this is, though, man. I mean, $4,000 for this thing. I mean, come on. And it, in my opinion, doesn't look nearly as appeasing to the eye as an AR or an M4 or any of that shit. So here's what his pros are. Proven in actual combat. Okay, so is a freaking AR platform. Well, it's not an AR, it's an M4. Right. Different trigger. Okay. I mean, basically you go full auto or burst compared to the semi-auto. Oh, JD, you're giving the anti-gunners ammo. I'm just being honest, man. If I'm wrong, go ahead and tell me in the comments. Effective at long range, right? It'll be longer range. Short piston design. Impressive barrel construction, whatever the hell that means. Rails. Wow, if you get there's some multitude of options on a regular AR to put on for M-Lock instead of Keyma. M-Lock's the way to go, in my opinion, anyways, instead of Keyma. Geisley match trigger, I'm with it. Oh, Hogue rubber grip, man, for the hand grip. Okay, it does have a Hogue on. All right, I'm down with that shit. Cons, premium pricing. Yeah, $4,000. F that. I'm out on that bullshit. I mean, I don't give a shit if I win a goddamn Powerball tomorrow. I'm not buying one of them bastards. Number eight, and hey, this is it. The top 8 were number 8 Remington Model 700 SPS tactical rifles. All right, so my brother-in-law has one of these. Unless they changed them, 20-inch barrel, 20-inch bull, super nice trigger. Hogue, I'm saying this before I read anything on it. Hogue overmolded stock. I do like Hogue stocks too. Them things flex, JD. Maybe they do, but every gun I've ever and my buddy Tony has one, and man, I've seen them on those Hogue stocks are freaking awesome, man. Those guns shoot lights out. Trigger's real nice. It didn't have a dropout mag. It had the bottom, you hit it, and that thing pops out with a spring. But I bought one from Midway. You could put it on there instead of that. It would still open, but I think you could hold like 6 rounds in it. But I mean, you can buy bottom metal now and shit and put it on there. I'm talking way back in like 2010, so 15 freaking years ago for me. Should have never sold the damn thing. I did. It was a 308. Mine was a 308. One of the most accurate, maybe even the most accurate rifle I ever had. But that sumbitch was a tank. Biggest muley buck I ever shot. He's hanging in my garage. That's what I got him with. Nosler 150s. 225. He not on a full run, but he was kind of going quartering away, and I dumped him like a sack of shit. For that price, 18 wheel says, for that price, I will put 4 P's in a couple 8 PBS jugs of powder. Yeah. Yeah, for that price, there's a lot of shit I'll get. I'll buy a pimp ass bolt action and a suppressor and a whole shitload of ammo for that price. Okay, so let's go here. What he's going on here? SPS tack, exceptional accurate. Okay, grainy solid grip. Yeah, that's probably from the Hogue. It did. Okay, he's got a nice. It did have a super. Even my 308, the X Mark Pro trigger. Okay, same thing pretty much. I had that. Some people bitched about that. Never understood it. It wasn't a 2-stage. You could adjust. I mean, that sumbitch broke like a glass rod on mine. It was super nice. It was a curved shoe. Okay, you can still. Yeah, I mean, this is basically. I'll zoom it in. This is definitely the same. Freaking! I wish I could make it there. Yeah, that's definitely the same one I had, and my brother-in-law has this one too. And like I said, his in 223. Shoots great. So Pro is based on the Model 700. So the Hogue overmolded stop, carbon steel barrel. I mean, why is that a Pro? I mean, what? Drilled and tapped for sight mounting. Yeah, I had to buy a rail and put it on there. Dual point pillar bedding. Yeah, that's what the Hogue X Mark trigger and the recoil. All right, most of those I agree with. Cons, not the highest capacity. Yeah, like I said, it does suck. It comes like 3 or 4, and it was a freaking top load's the biggest bunch of shit. I don't get why people want that bullshit. Even if it's just my hunting rifle. Okay, fine. I'd still rather have a goddamn dropout 3-round mag than that stupid bullshit on the top, and then you run them all through and eject them out, push it down. Those things are horseshit. I can't fucking stand that top load bullshit. I hate that shit. Nothing worse than that, in my opinion. Anyways, you guys got any more opinions on those? I'm open to hearing it. Let's hit I'm done here. I'm going to run one more advertisement and go over stuff, guys, and then one little longer than I thought, which usually, because I'm a windy son of a bitch. Let's just hit the happy ending of the week here. Coming to us from Hawaii. I picked this one out because Hawaii is such a freaking anti-gun state. It sucks. I don't get it, man. They're so freaking democratic there. It's so August 31st, 59-year-old man, and I'm going to mispronounce this, Waena, Hawaii, began ramming a front end loader into multiple vehicles at a residence where a family gathering was taking place. Then he shot at several people who were in the carport, killing 3 women and injuring 2 others. So yeah, guy's unhinged, raging. Unfortunately, more of these people didn't have arms. The man, a neighbor who'd had disagreements with the family, also reportedly shot rounds into 4 55-gallon drums he had on the front end loader. Yeah, I mean, he probably thought they were going to blow up. A lot of people think that dumb fucking Vegas who sh- murdered all those people and shot at the airplane fuel tank. you're just shooting a bullet into something not going to blow it the fuck up. You need freaking tracer rounds, man. Oh shit! No, you just told them. Yeah. Well, that guy did it like 600 yards. 600 yards tracer. Well, you probably could hit a fuel tank, but whatever. I mean, you're just shooting a bullet into a fuel tank. You can blow the son of a bitch up. A 42-year-old resident in the same home retrieved his own gun. Right? Should have been carrying. Right? I mean, I carry mine. Oh, you're paranoid, JD. You carry your gun everywhere. You goddamn right I do. Because shit like this. Hold on, let me run in. Don't shoot yet. Don't shoot my family. Let me go in and get my gun first. No, it doesn't work that freaking way. Went in, got his own gun, shot, and killed the piece of shit who was doing all this, right? Good on him. Happy ending. Thank God he had the Second Amendment, could own guns. The armed citizen was briefly detained, but charges against him were soon dropped. That's freaking awesome. I mean, they should have been. Yeah, you're gonna, like Clay says, you're gonna get freaking arrested no matter what if you shoot somebody, which sucks. But you know, they even got him off the freaking hook in Hawaii. So, brother Big R says I'm all for happy endings. Me too. And I mean, that's just a different sort of happy ending there, but it makes me happy either way, man. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, anyways, Big R. Appreciate that, brother. So, one more time, I'm gonna hit on this, guys. Of course, the Brain Bucket Challenge was canceled. Big R, hopefully you can make this next one. Saturday, February 1st, 11:30 a.m. Central Time. That's we're going to want everybody to get there. Let any of the Guns in the 701 team know that you're in for sure, and we'll get you put down. And firing pins are going to start dropping about noon, I suppose. And we're all putting in $10 in the kitty. You're going to get that, and if you win the whole thing, you're going to not only get the kitty, but a free barrel threading from Bloodline Kinetics, one of our great sponsors. And hey, you get the best part is you get the pride, right? Hey, outshot everybody's ass. And if you missed it, we got the silhouette of the Muley Doe, the Firebird target. You're going to know when you hit it because, boof, she goes up in a big puff of smoke and a bang. It doesn't blow up like Tanny. Not quite like that. I mean, a little bit. They're really light. If you've never seen these Firebirds, you can throw them like up in the air and shoot them out of the air with shotguns and shit too. They're freaking cool. I don't know what the cost of them are, but I've seen Dustin Ellerman there, Top Shot use them, and Axe has some. And there's a bunch of different kinds. No, I'm not sponsored, but there are a bunch of different kinds. These Firebirds they're pretty cool. Anytime you get reactive targets, like if you take a new person shooting or something, at least take some water jugs or water ball or something with the shoot. Because I mean, a reactive target's always going to be better. For sure, to do that kind of shit. So, again, my next show, 701 Nation, episode 31, going to be on the 16th. Guys, we're doing that, baby, on the 16th. And I'll tell you what's in store for that. How long do barrels last, right? Everybody's got that question. I listened to a great podcast on it. I'll have you some info on 223. And not only how long do they last, when they cleaned them, and these guys ran thousands and thousands of rounds. 223, 6.5 Creed, 30-6, 308, and I think he even did a 300 Win Mag or 7mm mag, but I'll have all that info for you. We're going to do that. And countries with the greatest number of civilian firearms. Some of them surprised me. They surprised me. Of course, USA, I'm going to give you the spoiler right now, we're number one. And Axe sent me this article, how air temperature affects bullet trajectory. I mean, not everybody, a lot of people have suspected it, right, that it does. And it'll have a happy ending there too. But Josh Patterson says, I've got some tannerite. Love shooting tannerite. I bought it like 12. Yeah. I know a lot of people think it's not good. The guy at work had some, and he's like, does that stuff get old? And I said, well, I don't see why, you know. And he shot it and came back, and his shit was like 8 years old. He's like, yeah, that shit blew up bigger than Dallas. So, yeah, Tanny's awesome. And Dougie and I have actually like to shoot, I don't know what they're called, shotgun, pistol, rimfire. You got to mix that shit up, though. That's why these Firebirds are. The Firebirds definitely aren't as loud as the ones we mixed up, and we got videos on them. You can find those on our YouTube channel. But, yeah, they blow up with shotguns, or I think Big R might even have been out there for that. Shotguns, I mean, even at like 30 yards, Axe shot it or Big R did, and we blew that shit up. It was great. Josh says, keep it dry and it'll work. Yeah, like Playhouse says, keep your powder dry, keep your tanny dry. Oh, all right, guys. I think with that, we're going to end this, baby, unless you guys got anything else. I was just going to come on, like I said, let everybody know all about the change in the dough brain bucket. Looking forward to everybody coming out for that. I know a lot of people told me they're going to be able to make it now. Hopefully, maybe we might get our biggest crowd yet. I think I don't know. I think we pretty much had about the same amount of people for each one, 10 people. I think the deer one might have been, I mean, weather probably played a factor in that too, but the deer one was, I mean, they were all fun to me. But I love shooting targets. Some people don't. I don't understand that. I like shooting, if I'm standing there and somebody picks a rock out in the pasture 300, you think you can hit that? Man, I love doing that kind of shit. Oh, you can't shoot rocks, JD. They'll ricochet. Kiss my ass. It's like shooting in the water. I love blasting water. See, when I rapid fire shit, I like doing it in the water because I love that shit. And if you got your own private property and you got some, get yourself like tracers, them suckers, it's great, man. They bounced around at axes too off the ground. We were shooting at that. I don't know how far that was. Got a video of it somewhere. It wasn't a very popular video for some reason. Probably a bunch of Facebook game wardens didn't like it or something. Josh says the ones we made it, A2 were a blast. Yeah, freaking awesome. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna check out. Go up, get myself something to eat. Don't forget. Next Wednesday, Guns in the 701, 8 p.m. Central. Deeks and Clay will be back, and I'll be back that Thursday, the 16th, with 701 Nation, and then Friday, Clay will be on. And, I think 2 weeks from this Friday, I'm filling in for Clay on Mitchell in the morning. So, should be fun. Looking forward to that. You guys have a good rest of your weekend. It's supposed to be windy and cold, but, it's the way it is up here in the north. We'll keep our fingers crossed for that good weather there come February 1st for the old Muley Brain Bucket Challenge. Let's get it done. We'll see you guys. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Really appreciate you. JD, what do you got? Good show, JD. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you tuning in, brother. We'll see